You think you're being yourself, but what if I told you that right now, in this moment, you're wearing a mask so convincing that even you believe it's your face? Not the kind of mask you put on for other people, not the fake smile at work or the polite laugh at a bad joke. I'm talking about something deeper, something you've been wearing so long, you forgot it was ever there. A false self, built piece by piece, year after year, until it became you, or at least what you call you. And the terrifying part? You don't even know it's happening. Here's the problem. From the moment you were born, the world started telling you who to be. Your parents had expectations. Be good, be quiet, be smart, be strong. Don't cry, don't fail, don't embarrass us. Your teachers had a mold. Sit still, follow the rules. Think like this, not like that. Your friends had standards. Be cool, be funny, be normal. Fit in or be left out. And somewhere along the way, you learned a very dangerous lesson. Being yourself wasn't safe, so you adapted. You learned what got you love, what got you approval, what kept you from being rejected, abandoned, or hurt. And slowly, carefully, you built a version of yourself that the world could accept. But here's what nobody told you. That version, that's not you. It's a survival mechanism, a protective shell, a character you've been playing for so long that you forgot you were acting. Psychologists call it the false self, a term coined by a man named Donald Winnicott, who spent his life studying how children adapt to survive in a world that can't always hold them. And what he found was this: when a child's true feelings, true desires, true nature aren't safe to express, they create something else, a compliant version, a version that pleases, a version that performs, and that version takes over. The false self becomes the front row of your life, while the real you sits somewhere in the back, quiet, forgotten, waiting. Imagine this. You're 5 years old. You run into the living room, buzzing with excitement because you just drew a picture of a dragon. It's messy. It's wild. It's you. But your parent is stressed. Bills to pay. Work problems. Life problems. They barely look up. Not now. Go play quietly. So you do. You learn. Excitement isn't welcome here. Now you're 12. You try out for the school play. You want to be the lead. You want to shine. But your friends laugh. That's cringe. Why are you trying so hard? So you pull back. You learn. Standing out isn't safe here. Now you're 20. You're dating someone. You want to say what you really feel. That you're scared. That you need reassurance. That sometimes you feel lost. But you've been told in 100 small ways that vulnerability is weakness. So you stay cool. Stay distant. You learn. Being real isn't attractive here. And now you're 30, 40, 50, and you look in the mirror and think, who am I? Here's the truth they don't teach you. The false self isn't evil. It's not the enemy. It was trying to protect you. It was trying to keep you safe in a world that couldn't hold all of you. But here's what it can't do. It can't make you happy. Because the false self doesn't know what you actually want. It only knows what it's supposed to want. It chases goals that don't fulfill you. It builds relationships that don't nourish you. It says yes when it means no. It smiles when it wants to scream. And over time, you become a stranger to yourself. You achieve things and feel nothing. You're surrounded by people and feel alone. You have everything you thought you wanted, and it's not enough, because it was never yours to begin with. The philosopher Søren Kierkegaard said this: "The most common form of despair is not being who you are, not because you're lost, but because you're living as someone else, someone you built to survive." And the tragedy is this: you can spend your entire life perfecting the false self. You can make it successful, likable, impressive, but it will never feel like home because it's not you. So what do? You start noticing. You start asking, is this what I want? Or what I think I'm supposed to want? Is this how I feel? Or how I think I'm supposed to feel? Am I living my life? Or performing someone else's idea of it? And when you ask those questions honestly, something cracks open. The false self starts to loosen. And underneath, slowly, carefully, the real you begins to breathe again. Here's what changes when you meet your real self again. You stop needing permission to exist. You stop performing for approval. You stop shrinking to fit. You stop pretending exhaustion is productivity and numbness is peace. You start saying no without guilt. You start wanting what you want without shame. You start feeling what you feel without apology. And yes, it's uncomfortable, because the false self kept you safe by keeping you small. But the real self is alive, messy, vulnerable, honest, real. And when you start living from that place, something miraculous happens. The people who were only there for the performance leave, and that's okay, because they weren't for you anyway. But the ones who stay, they see you, the actual you, and they love you for it. You stop chasing things that don't matter. You start building a life that feels like yours. Not perfect, not impressive, but true. And for the first time in maybe your entire life, you feel like you're home, because you're not wearing the mask anymore. You're just you. So let me leave you with this. You've been walking around in a costume for so long, you forgot you could take it off. But you can. You can stop performing, stop pretending, stop living like a ghost in your own life. The real you is still there, waiting, under all the layers, under all the shoulds and supposed tos. And the moment you stop running from it, that's the moment you start living. The false self kept you safe, but the real self will set you free. If this hit you somewhere deep, if you felt seen in a way you can't explain, maybe you're ready to question the life you've been wearing. We don't do surface level here. We go deeper. We pull back the layers. We ask the questions no one else is asking. So if that's what you're looking for, if you want to wake up instead of just exist, then stay. Subscribe, not because I told you to, but because something in you knows it's time. Welcome to Lucid Dissonance, where we remember who we are